Will you fight the election?
I will definitely do it again, sir, this time.
From what party?
From the United Democratic
No, because
Party.
nowadays parties changes.
No, sir.
Like they change the underwear.
I used to say like this.
Politics is dynamic. Issues are changing. Expectations are high. This is where you'll hear our leaders speak. Are we ready? Let's start. Hello, Dr.Jemino.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. It's good
Welcome,
to see
sir.
you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Sir.
Great friend we are together in Nehu. Now we meet here.
It's been a long time, sir.
In the political arena. How are you?
I'm okay, sir.
Ah, good. How's
Perfectly
your family?
Okay. Everybody is fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Your experience, your constituents, your party will hear what you have to say. Good. So once again, good afternoon, Dr.Jemino. Officially, we should be addressed you as Dr.Jemino Mawthoh.
Not necessary,
But
sir.
as a friend, I call Dr.Jemino. We were together in the university. You are a young and dynamic fellow, and you are still young and dynamic. So
They say age is an attitude, sir.
yeah. Why we select you? Not because our choice, the people's demand.
Thank you, sir.
Why not young Dr.Jemino Mawthoh? He is a professor of the Northeastern Hill University. He was an MLA, very efficient in assembly, and even in different committees you have shown your worth. So very good. Can you tell us before we start about your background?
So, presently,
Loniak.
yeah. So, presently, I'm holding the position of as General Secretary of the United Democratic Party.
Very good.
But earlier also, I had contested elections. I was successful in the year 2013, and I was in the together with the party in the opposition for 5 years. But besides that, I have also been involved and working with the community all my life, and I have been in public life for more than 3 decades.
3 decades.
Earlier, I was involved with a community-based organization, a youth organization.
What was the name?
The Sanjuk Seng Samlashnong.
Quadruple S.
Yes, sir. The 4S, SSSS. I was secretary, and then I was chairman for 2 consecutive terms. And I've been there right from the year 1992, sir. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But besides that, I've also, as a teacher, I have been involved in academic activities and all that. And I have also been involved in the National Service Scheme. In fact,
NSS.
I was NSS. I was looking after the NSS in the university, I think, for almost 5 or 6 years, sir.
A very long period for the university.
For the university, sir.
Generally, it is 3 years.
Yeah, besides the teaching activities, sir. So that is, in short, sir, what I have been doing, sir.
Now, if I may add to what you have said, thank you. You were in politics from 2013, 2018.
Yes, sir.
What were the subjects that you dwelt on for the benefit of the constituents and the public at large, which you felt at that time should be prioritized?
See, sir, there were many issues that I have tried to flag. During my time when I was engaged in this community-based organization also. And we talk about development, if you look at development from the overall perspective relating to the state of Meghalaya. We talk about issues of, education, issues relating to health, issues relating to environmental degradation, issues relating to the unemployment of the youth, issues relating to the farmers, issues relating to urban development and governance, issues relating to congestion, pollution, and so on and so forth, sir. So during those 5 years as an MLA, and in the opposition, I have tried to raise these issues on the floor of the assembly.
Very good. You remind me of that great environmentalist from the Norway-Sweden region, Greta Thunberg, young, dynamic. She raised. When she raised the first issue, you look at her, young kid. What does she know? But she has proved. So you remind me of her. You were young at that time, and you're still young now.
Not so very young, sir. But like I said, age is an attitude. It depends on our...
What's your age now?
I am 57, sir.
With modern medical facilities, 57 is not even the middle age. Once you cross 60, then we call it the declining parabola. Good.
But I think it's still an uphill ride for me, sir.
Yeah.
It's not a downhill slide, so to say, but it's still an uphill ride for me, sir.
Now, when you talk of environment, I remember when you were in SSSS, you talk of, even when you were MLA, you talk of solid waste management. At that time, nobody paid any attention. How do you feel now with the solid waste management? With the experience that you've seen in Giant Hills, throwing rubbish in the market, people did not allow the garbage to be thrown anywhere. Even in Martin, it's going to be very full soon. How you feel with your experience? And you're talking of solid waste management.
See, sir, frankly speaking, environment is one of the areas of my concern. And we have taken up a lot of activities relating to the conservation and preservation of the environment, creating an awareness and sensitizing the people as far as protection and conservation of the environment is concerned. We are in a beautiful state, sir. And if you look at the aesthetic beauty of our state, I mean, this is something that we should take pride of.
It's unique.
Yes, sir. But if you look at the degradation as far as the environmental, if you look at the environment, we have destroyed the environment so much. And because of the exploitation of the resources, we have not been able, sir, to protect and conserve the environment. So this is a concern from our side, and we have taken up a lot of activities, like I said. And since you have asked about this waste management, sir, I just wanted to tell you that we took an initiative in the year 1999, 2000, in the year 1999, 2000. We thought that why not undertake this task of creating awareness of cleaning these two water bodies that flows through the heart of the city of Shillong, the Wa Umkhra and the Wa Sharpi.
What? That means you are leading by example.
Yes, sir.
And not by words.
Yes, sir. And we named that Operation Wa Umkhra. We started by involving the community, the Dorbar Shnong. We have these youth organizations from different localities of Shillong, and then we started the cleaning process from the from Nongra locality, which is in the upstream, and then slowly we came down to Lapalang, together with the involvement of the Dorbar Shnong, the women folks, and the youths. And later on, when the government offered these garbage trucks to the community, we came forward and accepted. And then we took this truck by signing this, that was in the year 2002, sir, and by signing this agreement with the government. And till today, in that locality, this truck is still, operating. And I'm glad that later on, when I became an MLA, I was also involved in doing the survey for SIBMU at that time, the ADB project, by trying to find out what are the best practices, or what are the activities that localities do as far as waste management is concerned, sir. So we tried to cover about 375 localities and sub-localities to solicit their views and opinions as to how they manage, the waste in their locality.
There is 375 villages
or
localities, mainly Shillong.
Mainly in Shillong urban agglomeration, sir.
We call now
Shillong urban agglomeration.
We call urban areas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To find out what are the best practices. But I'm glad that when the ADB project came, sir.
You were MLA at that time?
I was MLA at that time. No, when I did the survey, I was not an MLA.
No, but when you implemented the scheme, you were an MLA.
Yeah, when I was in MLA. Yes, sir.
You talked to me about this solid waste management.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was influenced by you, not by your words, but by your deeds.
So I'm glad that, these little things which we had started earlier, we see later on that there was involvement of different groups also coming in, to clean the environment and then to take part in these waste management activities. And I'm glad that, people have been made aware. And although we have not been able to achieve, whether we talk on the part of the government or on the part of the community, the involvement is there. But as far as, achieving, the target to really clean the environment, to clean the city of Shillong and all that, I think we still have a long way to go, sir.
Well,
but at least the system is in place now.
Yeah.
And slowly I hope that, we will evolve, into adopting the right strategies and approaches, the techniques as far as this solid waste management is concerned. So because it has become a menace.
Yeah.
It has become a menace, and I'm afraid that the quantum of waste that is being generated, sir,
Oh, yes.
in the
Huge.
entire city of Shillong, and I think if we go by the records, I think if we take the solid waste, the quantum of solid waste that is being generated, it must have gone up to more than 180 metric tons, sir.
Per day.
Yeah. So if we have only Martin, which is the dumping site, for all the waste that is being generated, I don't know, sir. I think, that could be a waste bomb.
Yeah.
And it can be a danger also.
danger.
I'm quite apprehensive, sir, about what is going to happen 5 years or 10 years from now. So this is where I think a concerted effort needs to be there by involving all the stakeholders.
Yeah, still.
From the government side, from the localities, the Darbars, the different organizations that are there. So we need to come together, sir. And we need to look for, alternative sanitary landfills. And we need to have in place an integrated solid waste management, sir. Right from waste handling at the household level, and then how we take the waste to the collection point, how we transport the waste, how we dispose the waste, how we recycle the waste.
Yeah,
I think
the most
what
important
is needed is
recycling of the waste.
yes. I think what is needed, sir, is an integrated, solid waste management. I think that is very important, sir.
Hearing from you, I think, I hope I'm not wrong, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has followed your examples. Cleanliness, and he initiated schemes, being Prime Minister with all the resources. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
You are an intelligent man, well educated, qualified, and you have implemented your knowledge into practice for the benefit of the people.
Thank you, sir.
So it's good. Anyway, unfortunately, you lost elections. You win and lose. I have experienced that. We feel frustrated, but anyway,
it doesn't matter, sir. It's a learning process for
now
me.
When you solid waste management, it's interrelated with disaster management, which now we are having national disaster management from the center and at the state level. We are lacking very much national disasters, state level disaster. Many people are dying in the mines. Many people are drowning without any help. Can you elaborate what from your experience?
That's very true, sir. If you look at the news, in fact, everyday news, it's full of disasters. Whether it's electronic media or print media, if you look at the news, almost every day we're talking about disaster. So I feel that disaster management is a very important area of focus, sir. So I just wanted to share with you, this initiative, which, because, I'm in the Northeastern Hill University. In the year 2002, we started a short duration certificate course on disaster management, sir.
Short duration course?
Yes, sir. And at that time...
Please elaborate.
Yes, sir. And at that time, in the year 2002, I was trying to look for experts, in the field of disaster management. But I was finding it very difficult to get, experts in this particular field, sir. Then somehow I could contact one person. He's from the Indian Space Research Organization. He came here.
ISRO.
Yeah, from ISRO, and he came to give the presentation on disaster management. And then together with a few teachers from here and there, we started that course, sir. And that was in the year 2002. And then later on, it became a regular feature. And then I think when, in 2004, when the UNDP came into the picture in the state of Meghalaya, it became more organized, sir. It became more organized, and I'm glad that disaster management officers are being place in all the districts in the state of Meghalaya, and a number of activities also have been initiated, sir. So from that very small initiative endeavor that we did from our side, because I thought that this is very important.
Yeah, very important.
And just look at the case of this pandemic, sir. We are not prepared.
Yeah, we are not prepared.
So what is important is that we as a community needs to be prepared, sir. And if we can have this system in place, because disaster can come anytime. It may be natural disaster, it can be man-made disaster, but it is unpredictable, it may come anytime. But if we are prepared, sir, I think there will be less casualty,
Yeah.
there will be less suffering, there will be, I mean, it will be...
Now, if intervene, don't mind me. You are from the UDP, United Democratic Party.
United Democratic
and
Party,
your
sir.
party is a partner with the NPP-led government.
Yes.
Why don't you bring this to the notice of the MLAs and ministers so that they implement it? You see, as far as I know, United Nations Developmental Program has got big fund of money. I think if I do not make mistake, they have got a headquarters in Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Those countries are utilizing all the resources of the United Nations organization with regard to NDP, UDP, and FAO, of course, headquarters at Rome. They're doing all the best to help the African country. Why don't you take the initiative? Please bring this awareness to your ministers, MLAs of the UDP in the government.
In fact, sir, we had sounded this to the government also earlier, and this time during the pandemic, sir, when the announcement for the first lockdown was made, in fact, I had written a letter to the Honorable Chief Minister, citing, giving suggestions as what needs to be done at this juncture.
Yeah.
You know, sir, as far as this pandemic is concerned, because we are in a crisis situation, and there is a need, to activate disaster management activities also in the state. And like I said, when the UNDP came into the picture, sir, now the institutional arrangements are there, at least. But earlier it was not there, sir. And just imagine the act in the entire country came only in the year 2005. And we have been experiencing disaster for hundreds of years. But the act came only in the year 2005, and the policy came only in 2009, sir. But I'm glad that these institutional arrangements are there, and I hope that we'll be able to do a lot more, sir, in the years to come.
Even in India, or even in the tribal society, we don't take care of the preventive system. We awake when it happens.
We are more relief centric, sir, than being prepared, sir.
Now, when you are with government, what worries me is this. When the pandemic started in the early part of 2020, we were not prepared. The center has announced free ration for the poor. The state did not utilize all the resources given by the government. Why?
That is why, sir, we were caught unprepared.
No, but Delhi was Delhi realized it, but still they extended the help.
Yes, sir.
Free ration to the poor.
We never expected that a disaster of this magnitude will happen, sir. Although I told you that some kind of activities are there, but we have not really activated, the disaster management activities in the state of Meghalaya.
It took nearly a year for the government to wake up from its deep slumber.
Yes, sir.
In fact, many private organizations, they have given help to the poor people. So fortunately, in the year 2021, government woke up. So what I mean to say, they have still another few months for in the government. You can bring this to notice.
Surely,
you don't
sir.
know this COVID may change because permutation combination may be disastrous. Although scientists say it is not so severe, but even then should be prepared for the worst. Just today I got information through my mobile that your booster dose is ready in 14. I am ready to take. So please, please do not wait until disaster happens. Be prepared.
Surely, sir. But I would like to put on record here the involvement of the community, and especially the Dorbar Shinongs. They have been very, very effective, sir.
Yeah, Dorbar Shinong have done tremendous work.
Tremendous work, and they have been working in close coordination with the government. And in spite of the crisis situation, I know, the difficulties and the constraints being faced by the community and by the government, but somehow we were able to pull through, sir, in spite
I
of
think
the shortcomings
share
and
with you. We
inadequacies.
put on
sir.
record through this media now
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that the Darbar Shenong, the headman,
It's commendable,
and
sir.
really they are doing tremendous
Commendable,
work.
sir.
They have spent sleepless nights.
Commendable, sir.
Really, we should appreciate them. Thanks to them. So, Dr. Jemino Mawthoh, it's very good to hear from you about this urban planning. Urban areas plus the adjoining areas of rural. Because if urban is well planned, especially rural areas, then the migration of people from rural to urban will be reduced. Otherwise, the capital city of Shillong will become a slum. Don't you agree?
I agree with you, sir.
Can you tell me what you have done during your time on the floor of the assembly regarding this urban planning?
I have tried several times to raise the issue of urban governance and administration,
Urban
sir,
governance.
because I feel that this is extremely important. And if you look at the state of affairs as far as Shillong City is concerned, I think the way things are moving, I think we are heading for an urban collapse, sir.
Well,
Whether we talk about the congestion or the pollution or the water crisis, or we talk about the
unplanned
unplanned growth and all that of the city of Shillong, I think we are heading for an urban collapse. And I think that we have failed miserably as far as planning is concerned. We were thinking that with the setting up of this new township, we'll be able to reduce the congestion to a large extent. But I hope that the process has to be more faster this time.
No, but you said there will be. When that will be implemented? Probably.
That I cannot say, sir. But I think if you look at the problem that is being faced by the urban people today, I think that this is a very serious matter. And we need to look at this as a priority, sir. And if you look at the city of Shillong, sir, like I said,
if we intervene you,
yes, sir,
that the assembly will start functioning from August or September.
Maybe this year, yes.
This year.
That's what we were
that
told.
That will be a good beginning.
A good beginning,
especially
sir.
the speaker, as your president of the party.
Yes, sir.
Please urge upon him
yes.
that this should be translated into reality.
Yes, sir.
So that people can have faith and trust in
sir.
the government.
But as far as I'm concerned also, sir, I would like to add that we need a multi-pronged approach as far as tackling this problem of congestion, especially in the city of Shillong. And if you look at proper Shillong, just look at the city itself. If we talk only about the Shillong municipal area, we are only about say 10 point something 36 square kilometers. But if you take the case of Shillong urban agglomeration, sir, it'll be more than 60 square kilometers.
And
if you take
the estimated population of Shillong urban agglomeration?
Shillong, I think it'll be between 5 and 6 lakhs, sir.
Now you talk of the satellite areas.
Township, yes.
But actually, you have to admit that even in proper Shillong, there are slum areas, which people feel shy to admit.
That is true, sir. See, we have about 19 or 20 notified slum areas, slum pockets in the city of Shillong itself. And in fact, I had spoken this in the assembly also once.
I remember.
I said, Shillong, we have prided in the fact that it is the Scotland of the East, but I'm quite apprehensive that if this thing continues, then it's going to be the slum of the East. Or the slum of the
slum in Asia, in Bombay, it's called Dharavi
slum, sir.
I am afraid that certain areas of Shillong will be Dharavi of the East.
Yes, sir.
No? You have been there, no?
Yes, sir. So that is why proper planning has to be there, sir. If we talk about urban development, let us not focus only in Shillong municipality.
No, but,
what about the census towns, sir? There are about, I think, 10 census towns.
10, 11.
So we need to focus on the development of these census towns also, sir. Whether you talk of roads, whether you talk of infrastructure, you talk about water, you talk about electricity, you talk about sanitation, you talk about all these civic amenities, sir. I think it is very important. But the big question is, where is the money going to come as far as urban development is concerned, sir? See, it's very unfortunate we were not able to hold the municipal elections because of the issues that we raised. But I think we need to look ahead. I'm not saying that we should, we should go against the wishes of the people. But there is an experiment which is done by the Prime Minister of our country. That experiment is called Samras. You know, there's no need for elections, but it is based on consensus. And that has been done in so many places in the country, and that was found to be very good also.
In fact,
So that is,
in fact, there's a good amount of money under the urban development,
true, sir.
as announced by the Prime Minister.
But we have not been able to avail, sir, the funds for urban development. The saddest part is that, you know, city is growing in leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
All kinds of problems are there, all kinds of challenges are there, but where's the money? I remember
but if you properly reorganize this, you'll get money under the urban development.
Very true,
In
sir.
fact, I would like to share with you regarding this urbanization and growth. There's a book written by Everett Lee, The Push and Pull Factors.
Pull factors too.
So the push from the villages due to poverty, and the pull of the cities, the light, that twinkle. But when they arrive here, they find poverty, and they are the one who contribute to the slum organization. I
No,
feel
what
with
I'm-
your intelligence, please
Yes,
bring
sir.
this to notice.
So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, we have that greater Shillong planning area also, which comes to about 176 something square kilometer. Now there is a need to properly plan, sir, as far as Shillong urban agglomeration is concerned. I remember when J.M. Pariat was the then, you know, urban affairs minister, he said it's quite embarrassing when we went to Delhi to ask for money for urban development for Shillong, and for the state of Meghalaya, it's only 3 crores. Whereas, you know, for the other big cities like Mumbai, like Bangalore, from other states, it goes to about 700, 800 crores. But just imagine, when we need so much of money, okay, resources for urban development, we are not able to avail that because of certain problems and challenges that we have been encountering and we are still encountering. So if we do not address these issues appropriately, sir, I feel that we are going to have real problems in the days and years to come.
I remember one foreigner who came to Shillong. He was standing in Police Bazaar a few years ago. When he saw all the traffic jam, all the movement of people pushing each other, he realized that now I know there is a God in heaven.
That's true.
Which is true.
Which is very true.
But even then, God helps those who help themselves, no?
Yes, but I still think that we can do it, sir.
Yeah.
Only if proper focus is being given, it can be given by the government, and proper, you know, synchronization of the activities, especially of these 4 departments, sir. We have PWD department, we have Urban Affairs department, we have the Home, we have PHE. I think there has to be synchronization of these 4 departments.
So I think, you see, in the cabinet meeting, irrespective of party, they sit together. You should write notes and present to the government in advance.
True, sir.
Because you have been an experienced man. NGO, you have been SSSS, you have done a lot of good works. I remember in Sasniang during the trouble.
Yes, sir.
You did not go to talk. You went to deliver the materials to help, and we went to that block 1, block 2. And I remember when the DC, Lumlin Kharkongor, Dr.Jemino, why don't you talk? You said to her, I still remember vividly, we have come to extend help, not to polarize ourselves to talk. So I feel that you should do that to your colleagues and present paper to the cabinet.
Yes, sir, that was way back in the year 2002, 2003, I think, that, you know, that incident at Sasniang. And I still remember we went together also with you.
I remember
we went beyond, you know, those villages. We went to Psiar, we went to Khatkasla.
You told me, let's go to that trouble area. Yes, let's go. We are 3 of us and 2 people.
Yeah.
And that, up till now, people remember. I went to Juwai after this ease of COVID, and people remember from that area, Nongkendri, Raliang side, you were brave man. I said, no, there was Yongkar fellow.
And not only that, sir, I think the year 2003, during the, you know, the problems which our people were facing in Assam, those living in Kachar, living in the forest areas, about 1,200 of our people from Assam had to flee to come to our state. And in fact, we met them at Cleriat. There were about 1,200 of them. And later on, we went to these places also, to these deserted villages. We went to visit these villages to get the first-hand knowledge and information about what is really going on. Because they were being harassed by the militant groups that were there. That time there was a lot of conflict between the Hamar, the Dimasa, and then other groups also that were there. And fortunately, when we came back, sir, we started to, initiate this Northeast Forum by inviting all the different communities residing in the, in the state of Meghalaya and also from Assam to interact, to bring about peaceful, coexistence amongst the different ethnic groups that are staying here. And finally, all the 1,200 people who had left Assam at that time went back, sir.
That's good. So I think that was your starting, because recently the Khasi community in the Barak Valley,
yes, sir,
they have organized. You have got a very good person. You know the Moses Karvitai?
Yes, sir. I know him very well. He stays in, I know him very well.
Instrumental.
I was invited also, but I could not go, sir, this time. Yeah.
So now, before time lapses, I like to bring you to notice we are educationists by profession, by interest, and by practice. Don't you feel that education in Meghalaya is rather in a very sad plight of affairs?
You're very right, sir. Education in Meghalaya, as far as education in Meghalaya is concerned, I think it is in shambles.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming the present government. And this has been, we have created this mess
all along.
Yeah, for so many years altogether. And it is not easy also to bring a solution overnight, sir. But what I would like to put emphasis is that, the process has to start.
Yeah.
In spite of the problems that we face in the education sector, sir, in spite of the different categories of, schools that we have in the state of Meghalaya, it is not uniform, sir. We have ad hoc, we have deficit, we have government aided, we have private. So that uniformity is not so much there. And there's a lot of disparity also as far as the teachers are concerned in terms of salary, in terms of wages, and so on and so forth. So all these things need to be streamlined, sir. Yeah. In order for the education sector to move forward, I think it is very important, sir, that the government put more emphasis on the education sector. I'm not saying that we can change things overnight, but let the process start, sir. And if we have that sincerity of purpose, sir, I think we will be able to do it. I really feel sorry for the plight of the teachers, sir. Time and again, you see teachers going to the streets, agitating in the streets. I mean, it is quite shameful, sir, for teachers who are...
share with you. I feel that it is not an insult to the teachers, it is insult to us.
Insult to everybody, sir. We have failed, sir.
They produce scientists, politicians, ministers, engineers, and they are the ones who suffered.
True, sir.
So I feel, especially this new education policy, unfortunately it was introduced during the COVID session on 2020. I was told by the education department that you would have a session to share the ideas, but then COVID disrupted everything. I hope that now, when everything is stabilized, I think, after all, education ministry is held by your colleague from your party.
That is true,
you can direct him. That is especially very good. I think, liberal education. They are following in toto the American system, but we lack the resources to deal with the American system. Don't you feel so?
That is very true, sir. That is very true, and I feel that this time, I think we need to take this, this issue very seriously, sir. And I had appealed, in fact, through the media last time also, regarding the plight of the teachers, sir. And I would like to appeal again through the media, sir, to the Honorable Chief Minister, to at least be extra sensitive to the plight of the agitating teachers. And, since him being the finance minister also of the state, so that he can at least render some kind of help, so as a kind of relief and succor to these agitating teachers, sir, because they deserve, sir. They have been doing a very good job. I know problems are there, whether we talk of infrastructure, we talk of the quality of education that is there, we talk about so many things involved with education, but I feel that the process has to start somewhere, sir. If we are to bring about transformation, the required transformation in society, I think education is a very important sector, sir.
See, What I mean to say is that I used to tell people we should not be part of the problem.
Yeah,
You and me should be part of the solution.
true, sir.
Even we perform 1% solution and 50 of us, half of the problem is solved.
Yes, sir.
Of course, it's not too easy also.
I-
So we have to call the teachers, we have to call the parents also, and let the government also be sincere in trying to solve this problem. COVID has created more problems.
Problems.
Online teaching has impacted our youth, especially in
true.
rural areas.
Very true, sir.
Even in the city, we don't have a Wi-Fi proper connection.
Those are the challenges, sir. We have
But we
also
cannot be
experienced as
complacent.
teachers. Yes, sir.
The state has to march ahead. So therefore, education minister from your party, please insist on him. Please let him attempt. If he achieves only 1% or so, that's quite an achievement.
True, sir.
Teachers are really very angry. I'm not saying that they are very angry. Unfortunately, if a wife and husband are teachers, I've come across many.
Then what will happen to the family?
Children
Yeah,
suffer.
very true, sir.
So
Very
therefore, I feel that this is a very sensitive issue, and now more or less COVID has subsided. Let him convene a meeting of experts and people who are experienced in this field.
Like I said, sir, in the beginning, this mess has been created for decades altogether. It's not something that we can solve overnight.
Yeah, it takes.
But it is time also for us not only to describe problems like you said, sir, but we also need to prescribe solutions.
Yeah, solution.
What is the way? That's why initiative has to be taken. Let it be a small step. But what the teachers want is to see the sincerity on the part of the government. Like, that government is sincere in addressing the issues.
I'll share with
the
you
problem.
what I experienced. In 1986, when the new policy of education initiated by KC Pan under the Prime Ministership of Rajiv Gandhi introduced a new education policy. And education is concurrent subject since 1976. So when the government of Meghalaya got this instructions, guidelines from Centre, they were in a fix. Ori Silunda was Minister of Education. He was a professor of cinema. Captain Sama collected all the great educationists, teachers, college teachers, school teachers. He collected in his house. And I still remember, you know what he said? All the officers were there. He said, I'm a mere captain. I don't know anything. And Oris is a minister, he is a professor, he has no time to read. We need you to help us to help the state. Whatever you need, you'll get. Money, room, car, please educate, bring awareness to people. And who will not work? At that time, IS officers were there, finance secretaries, chief secretary were there. Who will not help with this kind of man? Tell me.
True, sir.
And many of us from Karwil, I remember Milton Sama, Catherine Sama, we all helped. Work hard. We went to different states. And remarkably, the job was done. Of course, the credit goes to the main actors. The producers and directors were behind the scene. But Captain Sama admitted on the floor of the assembly that we get the credit through the initiative of many persons who help from different professions. I think humility in this respect, we have to admit. We don't have time to read. We were many MLA. We were very difficult. Have very less time to read.
True, sir.
So we need collaboration from these different experts. Don't you think so?
That is very important, sir. We need to solicit the views and opinions from those who knows the field, who are specialized in that subject. We need administrators, we need planners, we need academicians. We need to take everybody on board, sir, so that we can come up with a proper framework on how to move ahead, sir. That is very important. See, what I've seen in the case of our state, Meghalaya, just take for example the case of SSA. It is a case of failed implementation right from the beginning. Now the problems have compounded, but the implementation part was a problem right from before when it was initiated. So we did not really think about that, sir. So
now I'll read these names to you. You listen carefully, huh? You're lecturing in a university and assembly.
Okay.
Now be a student to me for the time being. Huh? These names, remember. Sheila Dixit, Mamta Banerjee, Mayawati, Jaya Lalita, Suchita Kripalani, Anwara Taimur, Mehbooba Mufti. Can you repeat them? The serial need not be the same.
Oh, Sheila Dixit,
Yeah.
Mamta Banerjee. I did not hear properly, sir.
Okay,
I
I'll
was
repeat.
not
I'll
listening
repeat. I'll repeat.
properly.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sheila Dixit, Mamta Banerjee, Mayawati, Jayalalitha, Sushita Kripalani, Anwara Taimur, and Mehbooba Mufti.
Okay, Sheila Dixit, Mamta Banerjee, Jayalalitha, Kripalani.
Yeah.
I think I'm wrong.
Go on, go on.
I think I've jumped.
Yeah, no, the number will not be the same. Yes, then?
I don't have that kind of memories.
UP, you had one lady. UP.
Mayawati,
Then Kashmir.
Mehbooba.
And Assam. You'll forget Assam, I know.
Assam, some Muslim name?
Yeah, Muslim name. Anwara Taimur.
Taimur.
6,000. So you got at least 85%, 88%. Good, huh? Very nice. So you are quite sharp, huh?
No, not really sharp, sir.
Dr. Jemino Mawthoh, regarding SSA and midday meal scheme, I've been going through the literature prepared by the then UPA government. Actually, the mistake does not lie with the state government. It was from the center itself. Why didn't they oversee what the state were doing?
So there was no proper monitoring and
No, from the
evaluation,
center.
sir?
I blame the center 75% and 25%. Why didn't they try to regulate what went wrong? Just because you are change of government, you cannot be complacent. Maybe
That is true,
you have difference of opinion politically there, but the beneficiaries should not suffer. Parents may quarrel, but the children should not suffer.
That's why I'm saying, sir, there's something wrong with the implementation part, sir.
I say from the
Be
top.
it from the center or be it from the state, sir, we have
Mostly from
failed.
the top.
And now the problem has compounded.
The state government has to bear the responsibility with all the lack of resources.
True, sir.
Now, in order to save time, I'll come again to this law and order. I feel sorry that during the last few years, we have got about 7 bomb blasts in the state. Now people have forgotten that. This Lawai Bapernai, no, issuing threat to the MBOs, St. Anthony's School, St. Anthony's College, and the university, saying that we were educated by these institutions, they could not help us get jobs, and we'll bomb blast them. I think the state government intelligence cell should be very strong on this. We cannot talk openly because we do not know what happens. Please advise the government that the intelligence cell should be strengthened. I am very sorry to tell you, Dr. Mawthoh, with regard to intelligence, the government has failed. You have to admit that, you have to accept. What rectification can be done?
I really feel when we talk about the youth population in the state of Meghalaya, I mean, youths have been running from pillar to post.
I know, problem.
Looking for jobs, looking for employment and so on and so forth. I can understand their desperation and I can understand their frustration. And regarding the news item which came out in the media recently, I think we need to also verify the authenticity, sir, of the sources.
That's why I said intelligence.
Yeah, that is very important. We need to verify the authenticity of the sources. It may be just a threat also, or it may be a real threat or a perceived threat, I don't know. But I feel that the government should not take things lightly, sir.
People, they are desperate.
But if it is true,
after getting an MA degree, you don't get a job, how you feel?
But if it is true, I would like to also appeal to such groups, sir. I mean, not to take such drastic steps, because it's not going to help anyway. It is not going to help. We have also gone through a lot of difficulties earlier, sir, when we were young. But we have to take up the challenges. And to take up the challenges, it's not...
We have to appeal to them.
Yes,
please.
that is not the way.
We try to
That is not the way, sir. Because if we take these drastic steps, then I think it will be I mean, the society will be more chaotic also.
See, but Dr.
There will be
Jemino
more problems
Mawthoh,
that will emanate in
now,
society, sir.
you see, to get jobs in government very difficult. That doesn't mean out of 10,000 people who apply, may not even 200 will get. Don't you think that the government has initiated schemes, skill development, plenty of money in the skill development? I'll come specifically. Tourism, highway, national highway road. Government is giving 10 lakhs of rupees for development of tourism. 7 lakhs is subsidy. 3 lakhs is soft loan. Why didn't our youths take advantage? Qualified youths in the urban area, rural areas. So we have to bring awareness.
That is very true, sir. I think you've rightly pointed out that we need to really sensitize and create that awareness amongst the
Skill
youth
development.
population. I used to say, sir, when we talk about, you've mentioned about tourism, there's so much, as far as the tourism industry is concerned, we can do so much. But when you look at this industry, sir, when we see a lot of people coming from outside, we thought that it's going to benefit our own people a lot in so many ways. But I would like to just say in this way, sir, our land is rich land, but poor people.
Yeah.
We have not been
I call it
able,
a paradox.
rich land, poor people, we have not been able to take up, the opportunities that are there. I think we need not.
I like to intervene you on this. We have written recently in the paper. There's one girl, Iba Malay, a management graduate. She led from the front. She started the silk area industry, which is a sustainable fashion. Because she said this artificial, when you burn this artificial, cook this artificial area, a lot of carbon dioxide is emitted. It is dangerous. It's next to the fossil fuel. So she has started this environment friendly, and she's doing very well. She has got a shop there in near Women's College.
That is true, sir. We need
And
to.
she's giving jobs to many youth.
True, sir.
In Ribhoi.
True, sir. I think we need to do a lot of motivation, sir.
Yeah.
As far
these
as
people
youth
should
are
be
concerned.
recognized and helped.
Yes, sir.
If they don't get help, they become frustrated.
See, sir, we have the educated unemployed,
Yeah.
and we also have the uneducated unemployed also, sir. See, sir, last time I had the opportunity to interact with IAS recruits, 2020 batch of Meghalaya Assam cadre. It's very unfortunate because most of them, there's none from the state of Meghalaya.
Yes.
But when I interacted with the MCS officers last time, those who have are being recruited, this time about 38 of them, they're very smart, very intelligent. So I feel that, youths of Meghalaya, sir, they also can do well.
Yeah.
Provided, opportunities, if we create, some kind of an awareness, to sensitize them so that they can grab these opportunities that are there, sir.
I don't know, Dr. Mawthoh, I don't know, something wrong. You see, after the state government took over training of this IAS, civil service, through Mati, how many have passed through Mati? You are in Nehu now. Nehu conducted this course earlier. It was known as PTC, Pre-IAS Training Center.
Pre-examination training center.
And the director was B.W. Roy, retired IAS. And the UD clerk there was Mr. Franklin from Motinagar. He took the help of college university teachers who have produced. Himalaya passed from PTC, and the Sundram Allied Service he passed from through PTC.
So there's something wrong somewhere, sir. Now, if we talk about the youth, population, like you said, maybe opportunities are there, but we have not really made a good attempt at that. See, last time in the state of Manipur, I think about 8 IAS officers were, got through 8 IAS officers. And in our state, I think the last one was in the year 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
Mr. Dingdo.
Yeah, I think, I think the present Deputy Commissioner is
Isawanda Lalu. You see, I'll share with you on this. We talk that we encourage the youth, but in action we are nil. In Gujarat and Rajasthan, the Mina tribe, those who undergo studies, they get free tuition, free books, they get scholarship. And after qualifying in the written test, they get a big amount.
True, sir.
Who will not study like that? And now most of the IAS from the schedule types of Gujarat and Rajasthan. I asked myself, we were in the government, what did we do for these youths? So this is a question to be translated to action by this present generation.
I think it's time that we look seriously, sir, into the issue of unemployment in the state, sir. You have made a mention about, there's one vacancy and hundreds of applicants. Last time, I think the recruitment of in the police department, more than 1 lakh had applied, but 700 posts. And the nursing...
the post of a fourth grade employee, non-college, government post, one post, more than 200 applied, MA, BA, MSc.
And the staff nurse this time, 4,600 applicants, but only 200 vacancies, I'm told. So where will the... And you look at the numbers of educated, youths passing out from different institutions here, every year.
Yeah.
So there'll be thousands of them. Now, how do we equip our youths?
And we cannot give employment to all, but at least we can help many. Skill development, small industrial sector,
True, sir.
MSME, micro, small and medium industry, plenty of money there.
True.
And the money is to be given through net fee. How many have taken? As far as I know, very few. Of course, our systems are so deficient. No, before, please don't mind, time factor is also a constraint.
Okay.
I will come to another very important topic, not important general topic. I'll ask rapid fire questions and answers. These are simple.
I'm very bad at that.
No, I know you're too humble. This is the problem with good politicians, qualified politicians. Yeah. You don't mind, no? I'll ask. You have got 1 minute to, 10 seconds to answer the question. Don't elaborate, just answer. Who is your favorite screen actor, male? Bollywood or Hollywood? Your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite. There's so many actors whom I like. So
Yeah.
I can't really say.
Female?
Same, sir.
Same. According to you, who is the best prime minister of the country till date, irrespective of party? According to you?
I think Narasimha Rao.
Yes, liberalization.
Yes, sir.
Good. And that's why we are here today because of him.
Because of
Though he
him,
was
sir.
ignored by the Congress party.
Yes, sir.
Who is the best CM, chief minister of the country? According to you, best CM of the state. Okay.
I would say Joyiti Basu, sir.
Yeah. Who is the best CM of Meghalaya so far?
So far, sir, best CM. I cannot really rate who is the best chief minister
According to
in
you?
the state of Meghalaya, because they've all done their part, sir.
No, according to you.
According to the changing times and situation, it's very difficult for me to say, sir, and it will not be.
I don't
will
try
be
to
by-
be diplomat.
Yes, sir.
You don't try
I
to
will
be
not
diplomat. It
be
should
able
be
to rate them because they have all of them. They have positive attributes. They have also contributed
Okay.
to the state. They also have negative
Okay,
attributes.
okay.
So let me not be the best judge of that, sir.
Who was the first Khasi chief minister of Meghalaya?
I think it's Darwin Dingdo Pew, sir. DD Pew,
I think you are mistaken.
chief minister.
Yeah.
Wait, first.
No, you're right. I just
no.
like to confuse you.
Is it DD Pew, sir?
Yeah. Who was the best speaker of India, in your opinion?
Best speaker. I would give a lot of credit to, our own politician from this part of the country,
Purno Sangma.
Purno Sangma.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Tall, short in height, but tall in stature.
Yes, sir. I would like to give credit to
how
this.
he controlled the house.
Yes, sir.
Combined house of 800
Yes, sir.
MPs.
Yes, sir.
Who is the best speaker of Meghalaya, according to you?
Maybe the first speaker,
Yes.
R.S.
Professor
Lingdo,
R.S. Lingdo, yes.
Professor R.S. Lingdo, sir.
When was Nehu established?
1973, sir. Yeah, 1973.
Are you sure?
I think so, sir.
You are right.
Yes,
You are right.
1973, sir.
1923, English department. Can you remember the first vice chancellor then?
Is it Devanasan, sir?
Yeah, you are right. CDS Divanasan.
Sitan Devanasan.
He's also short fellow, shorter than me, but tall in action.
Yeah.
In what year Chinese aggression took place?
1962? Is it?
Can you remember the month?
Not exactly, sir, but I think I don't remember the month, sir, but I remember the year.
October. Anyway,
October.
you are right.
Okay.
In what year liberation of Bangladesh took place?
1971, sir.
Yeah, Prime Ministership of Indira Gandhi.
Yes, sir.
Who was or who were the founder or founders of United Democratic Party, and in what year?
It was in the year 1997. E.K. Maulong was
the chief architect.
Yes, yeah, and he was the president of also of the United Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Although the United Democratic Party was an offshoot of the APHLC and the HPU. And then later on, yes, the United Democratic Party came to the picture by trying to bring in the other regional parties also into the fold.
Who was the only independent chief minister of Meghalaya?
Dr. Khonglam? Dr. F.A. Khonglam, sir?
I think...
Independent chief minister.
You are right.
Right.
Who was the first Nehru professor to become member of the Union Public Service Commission and retire as a...
Professor
chief.
D.R.C. Emily, sir? Professor David C. Emily?
Yeah, David Reed.
He was Vice Chancellor, he was...
so 15 questions, I can keep you with the 14 or 15, so it will be...
Oh, thank you so much, sir. I'm not that bad.
90%, huh?
Thank you, sir.
Now election is going to be held in very soon.
Yes, sir.
Will you fight the election?
I will definitely do it again, sir, this time.
From what party?
From the United Democratic Party.
No, because nowadays parties changes.
No, sir.
Like they change their underwear.
I used to say like this, sir. We talk about these variants as far as COVID is concerned. So many variants. We have Delta variant, you have Omicron and so on and so forth. But in politics, there are more political variants in politics in Meghalaya now. And you look at the mutations, sir. A lot of things are changing almost every now and then.
Yeah.
So
you have to go from the health point of view. I'll talk from the mathematical point of view. We call them variables. Let X represent so and so. X may be people, maybe the animals, maybe politicians. Yeah. So you've got more variables in mathematical equations. So very good. You have done well.
Thank you, sir.
Have you done your campaign?
Yes, sir.
Campaign?
Yes, sir. We are actively moving here and there now.
How many
MLAs
you got in UDP at present?
We have about 10 MLAs, sir. 8 MLAs and 2 associate members. And
do you want to improve your tally in the next election?
Yes, sir. Definitely, we are working on that.
No, you are only optimistic in feeling, or you are trying to translate that into action?
I'm being very realistic, sir. Looking at the political developments in the state, I think UDP will do very well this time, and I hope that.
Well? In Garo Hills, very few UDP
you will see, sir.
MLAs went to campaign there.
You will see, sir. You will see, sir. Last time we did very well. The vote share in Garo Hills went up. To a very large extent.
Who was your candidate last time?
And then we have so many, sir.
No, who was candidate in the by-election?
In the by-election, Ashahel Dishira, he secured about 7,200
He did well, in spite
votes.
of his disease of stammering.
Yes, Rajabala.
And not only that.
And we also have an associate member, sir, Samuel Sangma, who's with the UDP. And he's from Bakmara. No, and he has won 4 consecutive times.
But if you see the problem here, if the Khasi leaders do not go there, they are called as Khasi party. So, Dr.Jemino, I wish you the best of luck. You have done well.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for this time.
In politics, don't lose hope. Remember, Abraham Lincoln lost so many elections.
Yes, sir.
He was president for 4 years and 3 months. And we remember him. Democracy is government of the people, by the people, for the people. You have completed 5 years.
Yes, sir.
So let's hope.
We were in the opposition last time, and I hope that we will be in the hot seat. And I'm very certain that UDP will be a major player in 2023,
it's
sir.
Good to meet a very optimistic person like you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
so much, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
And I would like to give thanks here to my team, technical side.
Thank you very much.
People behind the scene. like in the cinema, director, producer, scriptwriter. We write on the screen, but here we don't write.
And thanks to you, sir, for
Thank you.
facilitating this
Yeah.
conversation. Thank
Ma,
you.
kau boleh gini.
Thank you.
Producer, director, scriptwriter. Ma,